I was watching The Way We Were recently, and I remembered that I was a lot, and probably still am a lot, like Katie. And if you haven't seen the movie, Katie is like an activist. First, they show her being that way on a college campus, then they show her being that way as an adult. Just very passionate, fired up, watching her eye on politics all the time. I have changed because I don't see things through the view of Katie so much anymore. Whereas I feel like it's in the hands of any particular president, Senate, or elected person. I don't give them that power. I know that they don't have but so much influence, but I definitely see through the eyes of a spiritual lens. And excuse me. So I was just thinking about that, but more so why I bring that to the reading is because as light workers, many of you may be very passionate, fired up about causes, and you do care. It comes from caring, first of all. All of that passion, all of that fire is because you do care. So that's a good thing. But how do you balance that with the reality that you are to live this life and enjoy yourself? Because as much as you know, we will have to admit, let me just say that, that Robert Redford had a point in the movie. I forget his, wow, his character's name. But he had a point about Katie being too serious and not having fun. Smiling more, being more lighthearted, playful. The divine doesn't want us to get so caught up in what needs to be corrected in the world that we don't enjoy our life. Find moments of gratitude. Just think about it. If all we did was focus our lens on the ills of the world, of mankind, anything that is dark, right? If we did that 24 hours a day, where would that leave time to recognize the blessings, things to be grateful for in our lives, in society even? So I just, want to bring that to the forefront and see what we can get from the cards, which I am grateful for. I love a good deck of cards. They're so beautiful. They feel wonderful. The sensory experience in tarot is divine. Okay? And then when the message is just confirming, it's perfect. Let's see, Spirit. What say you about this message of balancing joy with our activism? Reassess came out with boundless possibilities. We had boundless possibilities earlier today. I think out of this deck, I'm sorry, excuse me. Out of this entire deck, the entire time I've used it, boundless possibilities comes out the most frequently. Okay? You're standing at the edge of limitless potential. Don't limit your dreams based on past experiences. Embrace the boundless possibilities that await you. And that's with reassess. You're being asked to take stock of your life and let go of anything or anyone that no longer makes you happy. Notice who and what brings you joy and who and what doesn't. It's time for some life cleanup. So for the Katies out there, the more serious people, Spirit is saying it's time to reassess what makes you happy and what does not. Again, stay fired up, stay caring about causes. Nobody's taking that from you. But do you find that from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, you're frustrated? That's not good. You got to turn it on and turn it off. There's a time and place for everything, as someone said to me. So you can turn it on and you can turn it off. You can be very serious and focused and do something about it. When you do something about it, it makes you less frustrated because then you don't feel like you are disempowered. You've empowered yourself. And then you can be satisfied with, I'm one person, I did my part in this world. Now I can have fun. I deserve it. I am here to help out, you know what I mean? But I'm also here to enjoy my life and do what makes me happy. So reassess what makes you happy and fill your days up with more of that. That's what Divine is saying. What else, Divine? Ooh, this one. Forgiveness. Withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It's time to forgive someone or maybe even yourself so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. I'm thinking forgive the world for not being perfect. Forgive politicians that fall very, 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 very short of their leadership responsibilities, humanitarianism, what have you. Forgive them so that it doesn't keep hurting you. And know that when I say forgive them, it doesn't mean forgive them. Now they're going to be perfect. Everything's going to be perfect. No, they're still probably going to be the same. Let me not say probably. They still may be the same as they were all a while, which frustrated you all a while. The difference is you're not letting it have power over your life. Is the way, let me give a name, Jake Cummings. I hope that's no one's real name that's in politics. But it's the way Jake Cummings runs his life, runs political affairs, runs your city, your town, your country. Is that supposed to dictate your 50, 60, 80, 90, 150 years on this planet? No. You can be disturbed, but then check it and say, you know what? Ultimately, that's between Jake Cummings and the Most High. I cannot do anything to change how Jake Cummings proceeds. I can only do what I can do. Write a letter, pray, maybe even call his office and ask, could you please, blah, blah, blah. Get involved with groups that are fighting against whatever Jake Cummings is doing that is so unjust. You can do those things, but then leave it. It's not going to be that until Jake Cummings changes his ways, I'm going to be frowned up, upset, bad energy. That's not what you're here for. So forgiveness, i.e. letting it go to the divine. That is what I call forgiveness. Knowing that it isn't my job, it's not in my jurisdiction. This is for the divine. So just give it to God. Shame. Shame. You've carried this burden for too long. It's time to release the guilt you placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin taking action toward happiness. Guilt and shame. So maybe you feel guilty. I'm taking more than shame. Maybe you would feel guilty to have fun while there's war going on, while there are people that need finances, that need food, that need shelter, crime or whatever is going on. You feel like if you drop the ball for a minute or take your eye off the ball for a minute, then the world will fall apart. But again, the divine, this is the divine's jurisdiction. You're here to do a part, not be 24-hour, hold up the universe. You're not supposed to do that. So you can let go of the guilt. Get a little bit of tarot on this. this yet. That was a good card. Not yet. Wow. Spirit's like, you may not be ready, but I am. Okay, just let me combine a bit more. I won't be surprised if the devil comes out. He's made an appearance in this deck as I'm shuffling more than the others. Let's see. Ooh, the Star. Much better than the devil to come out first. This is healing yourself, replenishing yourself with that water, and being hopeful. Because what is it all for if you lost hope? You might as well hang it up, right? Obviously, you still have hope. So live hopefully. Live joyfully. Live as you want the world to be. That's the best advice that I found from Pam Grier. I think that's her name. Pam Gregory. Pam Gregory. I remember watching her, a while back, when I first found her a few years ago. And the first thing that hit me to let me know she was different is she started to encourage everybody to live as you want the world to be. Have your own existence be, mirror, reflect what you want the world to be. And it's so beautiful to live that way. It is very much, it is a life changer if you can do that. Check out her videos. It's very, she's very, very, you find yourself becoming grounded just by listening to her. You take a deep breath, you relax, you calm down, and you know that it's wisdom. It resonates with the core of yourself. You know she's speaking the truth. What else about this Star? Healing. Oh, equally beautiful. Ace of Cups. This is peace. See that dove above the cup? This is blessings. This is all that the divine says is our, not privilege, our right is another word. But we deserve, this is our right to live peacefully and to feel blessed. Wow. And it's also hope. Both cards here, the Star and the Ace of Cups, that's a lot of hope. And a lot of water. Wow, that's a lot of water on these cards. Okay. Then we have the Four of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. Earth. Okay, 1 second. Let me clarify. Could take that a few ways. What about this King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles? It's the Pentacles part here. We've got to get to the bottom of this. Straighten up. King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. Why? Thank you. And it purposely went in the opposite, in the reverse. Two of Wands, planning, waiting, choosing a path. Something not going forward. Okay. Let's get another just to make sure. And the Knight of Cups with the Two of Cups on top of it. Moving forward with loving connections instead. Okay, not moving forward with this Four of Pentacles, like kind of holding back from others or even holding on too tight. Stinginess, right? With the King of Pentacles only thinking about greed, making a lot of money, being rich, all of that. I think that's what this is saying. Instead of us focusing on financial power, right? Focusing on love, moving forward with love. And all of this in the beginning, like I said, was a lot of water, a lot of love. Okay. More cups, 3 of Cups, celebrating together, living joyfully together, loving one another, being united. That's a big message today. So is protests. Watching The Way We Were, she was protesting a lot against the same things that they're protesting against today, right here in our streets, no King's Day. But we still hope. Let me get an angel message for us. Waiting. The impulse to act may be strong, but this is not the moment. Energies are still in motion, and unseen factors have yet to be revealed. Remain centered until the path stabilizes, for the next step will be revealed at the right time. This makes me feel like an activist who is impatient for change. And there could be change just around the corner. Maybe next month, maybe next year. But there is a bigger plan that you don't see. And they're saying you do your part, but then you wait to see what happens. Have hope and just know that justice will prevail in a situation that you are impatient to see some kind of results from. Okay? Let's get another angel message for this. Okay, wow. We got misalignment, surrender, activation. I don't think this means surrender your activism, but maybe pause right now. Your focus on maybe not even watching the news, as hard as it might be for you, pulling yourself away from all of what's going on so that you can get aligned, back in alignment, especially your chakras, get everything in alignment and just surrender it to the divine. Release your need to control the outcome. Surrender is not powerlessness, but the sacred recognition that you are intricately connected to a higher intelligence, one that flows through you, not apart from you. So just having that patience, again, that waiting, surrender. Wow. Your activation or activism, I would take that, so that you can get aligned. Thank you, angels. And with that, I'll see you in another reading.